What's going on, guys? Uber Jack here again with another video, and today we're going to be discussing again the Uber strike. This is part 2 of the video that I released yesterday. Thank you first and foremost for the support on the video. Even the comments that weren't agreeing with me, I appreciate them. It's fine. There's going to be people that agree with me, there's going to be people that disagree with me, and that's kind of key to what I'm going to say, because a lot of people are for the strike and the things that are being proposed, and a lot of people, I'd like to say more people, actually agree with kind of what I'm saying and what I'm about to say in relation to the strike. A lot of people are happy with Uber, so it's a mixed bag of sort of thoughts and comments, I guess. But today we're going to talk a little bit about some proposals I would make in terms of what I think Uber could do, and what I think about the a bit more detail, what I think about the proposals that are being made to Uber currently. And I'll just discuss some of the comments that I had on the other video, reply to some of you guys via the video here, from the comments yesterday. So in my opinion, increasing the pound per mile to £2 would, without a shadow of a doubt, kill Uber. It would kill your work rate. Your jobs would go down from 30 to 40 a day if you're doing that many, to 20, maybe under, because you're asking the public to pay an extra 75 pence per mile. So on a 5-mile trip, that's an extra £3.50. We're gonna be getting close. Our fares will then be getting close to the sort of amounts that you'd pay in a regular private hire vehicle from a local company, perhaps, or even getting close to the prices that are charged by Hackneys. Not anywhere, not too close, but you go in that direction. And I feel that Uber is so popular because it is a cheaper method of transport in terms of when you look at what's out there at the moment. It is cheaper, and that's why it's popular. That's why it works. You have to understand, when you make things more expensive, people aren't going to go down that route. People aren't going to go down that option. If it's the same price as your local company, for example, your local taxi firm, why are they going to choose Uber? A lot of people will, because they like the cashless methods and they like the app and things like that. But I strongly believe increasing the pound per mile at this time anyway is the wrong time. It will increase, don't get me wrong. In 10 years time we won't be sat here and it'll still be the same rate. That won't happen, because inflation increases, wages should increase. So then, and I say should because they've been kind of stagnant for a while, if you know anything about the increase in wages and minimum wage, etc. But and also we've got the big B coming up, Brexit. It's just the wrong time. It really is the wrong time. And the public know that as well. They know that times ahead are going to be tough. Last thing they want is to see increases in Uber. That would definitely put a large percentage of people off using Uber. No doubt about it. And that's my opinion at the end of the day. Some people will disagree. Who knows? What I would like to see brought in is this. Yes, a reduction in the commission is a good idea. The public won't foot any bill then. They'll still be paying the same rate. Uber will just be taking less. I agree with that. I personally think 20% is a fair figure. You're asking them to come down by 5%, and that will make a big difference in everyone's pay at the end of each week, end of each day, however you work it out. That's what I would do. And I would also, and this isn't just my idea, actually. We have a huge WhatsApp group in the market that I'm in here. I think we got about 500 drivers in there. And a lot of people were saying, and I do agree with this, I didn't mention it yesterday because, to be honest, I didn't think about it, but it's a great idea. Uber should increase the minimum fare price from what it is now. I think it's £3.50. They should increase it to £5. So, you know, you're not completely cutting people. You're not completely, you know, saying people this is the huge price increase. You're just saying if you want to use an Uber, it's going to be a minimum of £5. That will cut out all the small trips that I'm sure many of you find annoying. That, you know, you travel 10 minutes to a job and then you're only going 2 minutes around the corner. You know, it's very frustrating. We don't get given on Uber the destination that a customer's going to, so you arrive. You may have to drive 8, 9 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it is. You drive to the destination. The customer's only going 2 minutes away. You only get £3, maybe less, 2.80, 2.50, maybe even. That should be increased to £5. Take off their 20%, which I'm suggesting. You'll get £4 minimum for each trip. That's what I think should be brought in alongside the 20%. Whether it will or not, who knows? In terms of the strike itself, I understand a lot of drivers didn't turn up. And it's because of what I said at the start of the video. A lot of drivers are happy with the rates and how Uber's going, you know. So why would they? Why would they waste a day when they know there's other drivers on strike and it's going to be busier than usual? There's going to be drivers out there. If you are happy, why are you going to strike? You know, honest to God, I wouldn't strike. I'd just keep working, unless it was a proposal I agreed with, that I thought was reasonable and realistic. What's being proposed is not realistic. It's not. You're asking Uber to increase the fare and then also take it down to say 15 and sometimes 10%. Some drivers, I believe, are on 20% commission, and they want that taken down by 10%, down to 10% taken in total. So Uber are getting a smaller cut, and the public are having to pay more. Both of those two things combined would kill Uber off. There's no doubt about it. You know, you'd notice less jobs coming through, which would mean you'd actually take less money than you are now. You know, personally, I'd rather 5 £3 jobs in an hour than, you know, two £5 jobs. You know, probably a bad example that, but you get what I'm saying. The frequency is what makes Uber work. You know, we're way busier than the guys sat in the taxi ranks. They could be sat there for up to an hour, and they may get a £5 or £10 journey. We've done 4 or 5 jobs by then. So that's what I think should happen, and that's what my thoughts are on it there. Let me just have a look at the comments that we had from the video yesterday. We'll just recap on those. And I'll do a little reply to those now. Okay, so here we are. Here's the video from yesterday. 129 views. Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that many views, in all honesty, but I guess when you post something that's in trend, you're gonna get views. So I do appreciate that. But let's have a look at some of the comments here. We'll start with Dav22. So Dav says, in London, Uber drivers are protesting. Only 1,000 out of 42,000 turned up. You know, that's what I was just saying a minute ago. Not many turned up. That's a small percentage of drivers that turned up. Anyway, he goes on to say, the people don't care because they use Uber for one reason, and that's because they are cheap. They have allowed these drivers to be exploited. I'm not exactly sure who he's referring to that have allowed the drivers to be exploited. Is he on about Uber, or is he on about the public? Because you do say there that people use Uber because it's cheap. You're right. If we increase the pound per mile, though, how are they still going to be cheap? You know, the rate per mile, how are they still be cheap? They won't be. Unfortunately, morality, or a lack of it, is why all this will fall on deaf ears. Don't know if I agree with that, bud, but thanks for your input anyway. Let's hope that in 20 years, our kids aren't paying the man 25% commission, not forgetting the 20% tax rate, because they will be working just to survive. Uber is short-term gain, but with negative long-term issues. So what are the negative long-term issues? And are you saying that from a driver's point of view? Because I don't know what these negative long-term issues are that you refer to. You talk about the tax. Obviously, I know that we have to pay tax. Further on, other comments mention that, so I'll discuss that in a bit more detail there. Yeah, you know, I'd love it. I'd love it if we all had to pay 5% tax or 10% tax and then 10% to Uber. But it's not going to work that way. We're in a financial crisis right now. That's another debate. I'm not going to get into that, but you know, you can't. The bottom line is, given this financial crisis that we're in, you can't go increasing the rates per mile on Uber, because that will have a detrimental effect, as I've already said in the video, on the amount of work that you're receiving. No doubt about it. So, Tommy Jimmy, thanks for your comment, dude. Let's see what you have to say. Everyone's circumstance is different. Correct, I completely agree with you. I did say that yesterday in the video. I said that I would make more money than Mr. Hull, or a different amount of money than Mr. Hull. Yeah, his circumstance is different than mine. His market is different than mine. I did touch on that in the video. 25% Uber commission, 20% tax, car finance, taxi, insurance, repairs, maintenance, all adds up. Yep, I know that. I did already say in the video that I've got through the quietest spell by paying £200 per week on my rental. Now, my rental includes the vehicle, the insurance, repairs, maintenance. That's all included in that £200 per week figure. So yeah, I'm aware of that. I've been paying it for a long time. When I get my own car, I'll be paying less, but I'll be saving money to put aside for those things that you mentioned. So I know that. I do know that, dude, believe me. I know people who work 70 hours because of their situation, and people who work 40 hours a week. Don't be judgmental. Like, everyone's situation is different. You're making it out like all the money drivers make is profit, but it's not. I have to work over 50 hours a month to cover car expenses. I think he means 50 hours a week. To cover car expenses, repair, maintenance, insurance, fuel. So please, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Maybe you have another job you only done. Maybe you don't have a family that rely on you. You only done this job for 6 months. Let's see, once you pay taxes, how much you'll have left. So, quite a lengthy bit there. Let me just go back. You're making it out like all the money drivers make is profit. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that one bit. I don't think I've said that once yesterday or in any of my videos. You do 50 hours a week. Fine. That's about, you know, that's about a normal amount of work to be doing. You do that at your own time. You decide when you're doing that work. But that's nothing like what I was discussing yesterday, was it? Mr. Hull was saying he needs to do 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's 72 hours. That's nearly extra 100 hours a month to what you're doing. So I'm not disputing what you're saying. Yeah, you will need to do about 50 hours a week. Some people will only need to do 40 hours a week. Some people only need to do 30 hours a week. I was trying to say that having to do 70 hours a week just to survive. So this person is saying that they do 70 hours, 2 hours a week, and they've got the bare minimum left. I was trying to say that is bullshit, and it is bullshit, because you've even agreed with me. You've said that you do 50 hours a week. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Apparently, maybe I have another job. No, I don't. I do strictly this. This Uber and Ola is all I do. That's the only way money comes into me. That is it. So I'm full-time for the both. And I did say, you say I don't have a family. I did say in the video yesterday that I have a son and I've got priorities. So I would love to do 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever it is. That wouldn't be just to survive. I'd have plenty left over, by the way. But I can't do those hours even if I wanted to, because I have a son. I did say that in the video yesterday. So thanks for your comment, though. Mo Kwama, somebody, sorry if I pronounce your surname wrong there, Mo. I'll just stick with Mo. Mo commented saying, Uber Jack, I completely agree with you on this video. It's true, there's a lot of lies told about Uber income for drivers, so much misleading information. Exactly. Thank you, sir. Somebody that agrees with me. As I said at the start of this video, there'll be plenty of people that agree with me, plenty of people that disagree with me. So yeah. And another one there off Cabby007, did my Uber Jack impression on my last video. Nothing to do with the video, the topic that we were discussing, but Very funny, thank you, sir. That made me laugh. I checked your video out. He's rocking the shades. Uber Jack's always rocking the shades. He's the prescription shades. And it seems to be sunny quite a lot lately. I can't complain. It's 17 degrees and it's October. I don't know what's going on. So let me just show you guys another video quickly. This is Driver Joe. He is somebody that I subscribe to on YouTube. If you haven't yet seen any of his videos, go check him out. He did a video. We're not going to watch the video in its entirety here. No. I don't want to answer questions. Thank you. So pause that. But let's look at some of his comments that he's had on his. Okay, why do you bother? The company won't change. Well, they just might if every Uber driver down tools. It's called strength in unity. That's from Ian Dooley. Ian, you know, you're right, sir. If every driver did go on strike, there would be a crisis in terms of what Uber would define as a crisis. But guess what, bud? That every driver's not going to do that because, as I've said a few times in this video, not every driver shares the same views as those that were striking. So that's why it won't happen. Stephen Ashy, what a load of bollocks, Joe. Kind of harsh. The strike wasn't about Uber as a whole. It was about one specific thing, the rates. The majority of drivers probably enjoy working for Uber, as there's some great aspects of the job. The rates are not one of them, though. The reason most drivers won't go to other taxi firms, and quite a few came to Uber from other firms, is because of the shite that they endured and the runners getting their cars wrecked, spewed, etc. So there's your answer. Just because you're not happy with some aspects of a job doesn't mean you have to seek employment from another firm. Everyone entitled to express their protest for better pay. Everyone is entitled to express their protest, but as you know, not everybody has expressed their protest because not everyone wants to protest against it. The rates we feel are fine. As I've already said, I believe an increase in the rates would kill off the amount of work that you get in essence. Then you'd actually earn less. You reckon it'll be a nationwide strike? Comment from FEH. I don't think it'll be a nationwide strike myself, no. So I just wanted to comment on some of Joe's comments there. Hope he doesn't mind. As I say, go. Okay, guys. So yeah, there's my little thoughts on the comments, and as I say, I do appreciate them. And I did say at the start of the first video, I don't want to get into no heated debate with people. People don't feel like the rates are what they want or things like that. Yeah, you are entitled to protest, and I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm doing the same job as you guys. I'm here every day doing it, and it's just my opinion on the matter. As I say, in time the rates will increase, but they can't increase at a rate higher than, you know, what people's wages are increasing at. It cannot be an expensive service. If it was an expensive service, it wouldn't be popular. You wouldn't be getting as many jobs, and you'd actually be earning less. That's exactly what would happen. I don't see how that isn't common sense to people. Why are people going to go and continue using Uber at the rate they have been doing? A lot of people will drop off using it because it's become too expensive, or they'll look for other avenues. As you guys know, Ola's here in South Wales. They offer 15% commission to drivers. They are the same price to the public. Same pay, you know, exactly the same price to pay to the public as Uber. So they're appealing in that way. If Uber increase their rates, if they increase the pound per mile, people will go to Ola. It's going to be in your city soon, no doubt about it. They're going to have full UK coverage at some point. So, you know, what I'm trying to make a point at here is there's going to be other options in the future. If you guys think that it's just Uber and that's it, there won't be any other ways for you to make money in the future, there won't be any other companies arriving here, you're wrong. There's one here already. They're in South Wales. They're doing pretty well for a company that's only been here a short period of time. There's going to be others, and they're going to be nationwide. So you'll be able to pick and choose. The best way to force Uber's hand to do something, in particular about the commission, is to get on board with a company like Ola when they turn up with their 15% commission. Because then that will mean Uber will need to do something. it will also mean Uber are likely to bring in the promotions that Mr. Hull was discussing yesterday on the news article. He was saying that they've dried up. They were initial promotions to get Uber off the ground and get drivers interested and working for them, and then they run dry. Yes, that's right, but they will return if there's competition. There hasn't been competition. You know, you've got sort of Viva Van and Via Van and Addison Lee in London. They've got their own customers. They're not directly a competition to Uber like Ola are. Ola really are a competitor. And I think you'll see maybe Uber do something about the commission rate in time with Ola, with the fact that Ola are here and Ola are competing. Definitely promotions, because Ola do promotions currently. There's been weekends, as you'll see from some of my videos, where I haven't had my Uber app on all weekend. Collectively, if that were to happen nationwide, Uber would have to do something. We're not striking, we'd be going to another company who are giving better rates. Uber will have to do something then. Maybe then again they won't, but then you'll be happy because you'll be with a firm that are giving you a better rate that you want at the same frequency as Uber. So guys, it's not all about striking. There's going to be better days ahead, I'm certain of that. In about 5-10 years max, I can see that there's going to be sort of 5-6 different rideshare operators here, and you'll take your pick. I'm sure Lyft will make its debut in the UK soon. I've heard about another one that's coming to Birmingham, I think, Wham Bam or something like that. You know, these companies are going to start up. Will any of them be as good as Uber? Time will tell. Time really will tell. But until that point, guys, thank you so much for your support and your comments and your views. I appreciate them again. And as I say, I wasn't trying to piss anyone off or get anyone angry or anything like that. So sorry if I did. It's just my opinion, my views. So guys, I'll see you all on the next video. Stay busy.